And one point during the situationship, I really, really was like, I called him one day and I was like, look, being with you is taking me away from my walk with God, and we can't keep doing this. This isn't right. So we broke it off. For about maybe 2 to 3 weeks, we broke it off. And we would get back together. Now, some point during the situationship, he moved to LA for the perfect job. Even though he lived in LA, he would still come to see me, which is about an hour and a half away, and even come see me during work. These stupid geese are distracting me. He would even come and see me during the work week. So I'm saying there was something there. I don't know. That's the past. Gotta let it go. Let it go. This is just me telling you a story, but I just want y'all to feel what I felt. However, I believe God was working on both of us. There was a time sometime back when we were dating, a couple people told me, oh, I need to go check out this particular church. And I was on my way to church, and I could feel the Spirit tell me, you need to let him go. Just let him go. But I didn't. So maybe 3 months later, while he was in LA, someone from that same church, it's the same church, but it's like the church is everywhere, it's international. So it's the same kind of church. So a church member in LA met up with him and asked him to study out the scripture and study out the Bible, right? And Dylan calls me while I'm at work, because I was always at work. No, Dylan calls me while I'm at work, and he's like, yeah, they asked me to study the Bible with them. Now, me and my self-righteous self was like, you're going to, right? I had no clue what that really meant and how both our lives were about to change. So during Dylan's studies, he would call me every now and then, share scriptures with me. My pride was like, why is he sharing scriptures with me when I used to share scriptures with him? Who does he think he is? And then there was a time when Dylan called, and this time he was more in a somber voice. He was apologetic, he was sincere, and he basically was telling me he was getting ready to be baptized, but before he was going to be baptized, he wanted to confess that he had been cheating on me and doing all the stuff behind my back, and basically even the girl that cheated on him went back to her boyfriend, so karma is a you-know-what. And so he was just pouring out all his heart, right? And all I could say just by the sound of his voice was, I forgive you. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, what kind of church is this that would change a man? Because, you know, men go to church, and we know why they go to church, especially, you know, with LJ, you would know why men go to church. But this man was truly dedicating himself to the Lord. He wasn't just dedicating himself to the church per se. He was really dedicating himself to the Lord. So there was how am I going to fight him with that? And after Dylan was baptized into Christ, he would call me every now and then. He would share with me some church activities that were going on. Some of them I was like, I don't get that. But now I know better. I understand now. But at the time I was like, what? Why are you doing this? And why are you telling me this? I don't need to know this, but I know better now. And then Dylan would call some more. And there was one time I was like, look, I appreciate you calling me, but I'm going to need you to stop calling me so I can get over you. Because like I said, it was just that pull. in a way, I wish I'd never ever said that, because there probably could have still been an opening. Well, that's the past. The past, there's no opening. I must come to grip. There's no opening. The past is the past. But back then, I was like, why did I say that? Because, yeah, he stopped calling. And then I almost fell back to my old ways, trying to find love in a man, and to the point where a dangerous event almost happened. But by the grace of God, I was able to get out of it. Thank you, Jesus and Yeshua, that I was able to get out of it. After that incident, I called Dylan and I was like, okay, where's the church in my neighborhood? Because like I said, the church is everywhere. So when I pull up to the church in my neighborhood, they had a particular, certain kind of logo, right? So when I saw the logo, I'm like, that's the same logo of the church that somebody introduced me to way back when I was supposed to let Dylan go. That's also the same logo as my family in that little town told me about. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I see. 3 times the charm. This is where you want me to be. So during my studies through the Bible, my eyes were open, because it was a totally different kind of Bible study. It was catered to, seeing if I really have a relationship with Christ, and what do I, how do I see myself with my walk with Christ. And with that said, I was baptized on April 1st, 2001. No, it's not an April Fool's. I was baptized into Christ. Some people tease me. They're like, you need to be re-dipped. And I'm like, no, stop it. Even though I was gung-ho for Yeshua, and I was on fire reading the scriptures, telling everybody about the scriptures, telling everybody at work, to the point I got on everybody's nerves, got on my family's nerves, but thank God my mother got baptized from me getting on her nerves. But with all that said, the spirit's willing, but the flesh is weak. I still had in the back of my mind, well, now that Dylan and I are on one accord, we can now get together. Because I think it was probably probably 6 months later that I had actually talked to him. But it was too late. He was already dating, and 3 years later he got married, and that's where James comes back into the story. Thank you for watching Dawnie to the Max. Please like, subscribe, and share. And ding! Don't forget the notification bell. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, and check to receive all notifications.